Oh, Mr. Grinch, it is December 19th, and we have another fun Advent episode today. Did that heart start growing 3 sizes yet? We are about 6 days out from the big day.
Oh, you mean grow 3 sizes like your nose?
Listen, man, just because you don't have a nose, don't make fun of mine.
What do you mean? I have a beautiful button nose.
But, what'd you say, a butt for a nose?
No, button. I said button. Oh, so now we're making fun of noses now, I see.
You're right. It's getting closer to Christmas. I apologize.
I apologize too, cannoli face.
You know, it's getting closer to Christmas. I'm trying to be nicer to you, but you really do have garlic in your soul.
Don't you dare use my own song against me.
Speaking of songs...
Yes, let's sing my song. Okay, here we go. You're a mean one.
No, just stop. Today we are talking about underrated Christmas specials in the comments from a few episodes ago. A lot of people chimed in, and it looks like...
Oh no, are we about to talk about Emmett's Jugs?
Close. It's Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas from Jim Henson.
Yes, Emmett's Jugs, that's what I said.
Well, when we did the episode about underrated Christmas specials, I got more messages about Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas than anything. Now, if you've seen it, it's a sweet story about a young otter and his mother, which perfectly captures the spirit and joy of Christmas. It has colorful characters, catchy songs, and it actually paved the way for more Muppet movies to come.
So when in the movie do we see the Jugs?
Well, this is kind of how the story goes. It's almost Christmas time, and Emmett and Ma Otter don't have enough money to give each other the perfect gifts. But when the mayor announces a talent contest with a prize of $50, both Emmett and his mother decide to enter. Now, the only problem is that neither of them knows that the other is trying to win the money. So Emmett gathers a band together and needs to poke a hole in his mother's wash tub to make a wash tub base. Now, his mother's livelihood depends on her wash tub, so he knows that he has to win or else risk not having any money at all. Now, Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas was actually adapted from a book of the same name by Russell Hoban with illustrations by Lillian Hoban. Jim Henson loved bringing these stories to the screen, and he was interested in making this beautiful book come to life.
Yes, just like my book, and now look how much I've come to life. Lucky you.
Yeah, lucky me. Well, Emmett Otter was the perfect testing ground for new Muppet techniques at the time. On The Muppet Show, the camera always stayed high enough so that audiences never saw the puppeteers or the feet of the puppets. Emmett Otter was the first time that Jim Henson had to create an entire world with wide shots of scenery and the puppets' full bodies. Now, this whole production was filmed in Canada, and the special first aired on CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, on December 4th, 1977. It opened with an appearance by Kermit the Frog.
Don't you dare call me Kermit.
Just saying who hosted it, Grinch. Well, he introduced the story, Jim Henson directed the special, and Kermit was the only puppet he operated throughout the entire thing. It became common practice for any holiday Muppet specials to be introduced and narrated by your buddy, Kermit.
Whatever, Porkchop, get on with it.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, songs like Ain't No Hole in the Wash Tub, Barbecue, Ma Otter singing a ballad called Our World, Emmett singing a song called Brothers. There was a bunch of really great songs throughout the entire special.
But mine is better, right? Because if you liked that one better, then you would have a friggin' otter appear on the barrel.
You're right, Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas wasn't one that I, latched on right away, but, I did watch it after I saw the comments, and I did enjoy it. I see why people latched onto it so much.
But I'm better, right?
Obviously, I love you more, Grinch, because you're sitting in my whiskey room on my barrel, terrorizing me every day.
I think my heart just grew 1 size.
Now we're getting somewhere. Day 19, here we go. What's up, folks? Welcome back to the Master Drum Whiskey Room. I am Jason C. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and help me keep climbing to 100,000 subscribers here in 2024 and into 2025. So you guys know the deal. Yesterday, Michelle Martin sent a very expensive Irish whiskey, which I said I would only pay 40 bucks for, and that bottle ended up being $250 to $400. So that disparity, I think, was probably the biggest one that we've seen here in the Advent calendar. So today's sample comes from Jeff Aldis. Thanks so much for sending this along, buddy. So time to nose it, taste it, see exactly what my price would be. But before we do that, I actually want to wish Laura, Jeff's wife, a very happy birthday coming up here. I believe the message was her birthday is December 23rd. So everybody raise a glass to Laura. Happy birthday, Laura. Grinch, you have anything to say to Laura? And try to be nice.
Yes. Happy birthday, Laura. I will try not to poop in your stocking on Christmas Eve.
I would take that and run with it, Laura. That's pretty much better than what I've gotten. All right, let's see what Jeff sent. Here we go. Man, the nose on this is I get a lot of sweet oak on this. This is kind of nice on the nose. A ton of honey and like mandarin orange on the nose as well. It's almost like a blood orange. It's really rich to me. It's got a lot of floral components too, which kind of leans me towards Four Roses a little bit. But yeah, that honey, orange, a lot of baking spices here too. This is really nice on the nose. I'm already digging this one. All right, let's try it. Here we go. Wow, that's really good. Yeah, that's a rye. I think we have a heavily finished rye on our hands. Wow. This has a ton of spice. It's so syrupy and rich. There's gotta be some kind of crazy finish on this. There's a lot of dark fruit here. I'm picking up just a ton of honey here. Just a ton of honey, which I really like. Like really thick, rich. It almost borders on like honey or maple syrup. There's something very extra sweet about it as well. A lot of brown sugar on top of that. This is really it's just very rich. Okay, yeah, the more I sip this, the more the rye spice starts coming to the forefront. The back end has this very, very like sweet mint note. Again, but it's kind of wrapped around this like dark fruit honey shell that it has. For a rye, it's pretty complex, but it's always hard. Like for me, like, so I'm really feeling this has a heavy finish on it. So does that mean the rye is young and they're trying to cover it with the heavy finish? Or because of the complexity that I'm getting, is it actually a good aged rye with this finish kind of wrapped around it? That's always the thing you try to negotiate a little bit. Yeah, I'm still picking up that floral component to it too. There is a definite, almost like a rosewater type of note that I'm picking up right on the mid palate. Then it hits with a lot of honey, but I really like it. I think it has a great fit. The finish and that back end flavor where you get a lot of the honey, almost that maple syrup. I'm still getting like that really, like that deep, rich mandarin orange, blood orange type of note. A ton of spice on this one. It's very thick, rich. This is good. This is good stuff. I'm digging this. All right, let's do one more sip and then we'll do our guesses. Wow, it's just so orangey to me now, the more I sip it. Okay, so this is rye. As far as proof is tough here because this has a lot of spice to it. I'm gonna guess it's 100 and, do I wanna go above one? I'm just gonna say 110. I'm gonna guess it's 110 proof, but it could be higher though, but I'll say 110 proof. Age on this. I actually think there's some good age to this one. So I'm gonna say, I'll say it's 12 years old. I know that seems to be kind of like my go-to number. It could be younger than that, but I'm gonna guess 12 years old. Is this finished? Yes, I think this is a heavily finished rye whiskey. I'm not really sure what the finish is because I can make a case for rum. I mean, is it a honey finished rye? There's a lot of honey I'm picking up, but I'm also getting a lot of orange, which could inherently be coming from the rye whiskey. From the whiskey grain, I usually get a lot of orange in it. It's not giving me like that minty dill type of note you get in some. There is some mint there, but I'm not getting like that dill aspect of it at all. So I do think it's a finished rye. Now, as far as what I would pay for this, one more sip here. You know what? The more I'm sipping this, the more the rye is coming out, and it's actually turning into almost a soapy note. I'm getting like this, it's almost like orange soap with honey. It's weird. I don't know. This is a funky whiskey. It's very different. I like this. I do like this. What I would pay for this, if I tried it for the first time, just being so different, I would probably go up to like 130, 140, maybe 150 max for this. I do like this whiskey a lot. I think there's a lot of crazy flavors going on, and that's just what interests me. So let's find out what Jeff sent. Here we go. It says wife message. There we go. Let's see what's in this greeting card. Oh, we even personalize it. Jeff Aldis. All right, here we go. All right, so Jeff writes, Jason, I love your channel. Your reviews are insightful, entertaining, and it is uncanny how often your tasting notes match my palate, making your recommendations spot on. Appreciate that, Jeff. That's really what matters. Finding someone that your palate aligns, that's everything. So this is the, wow, I feel like I own this bottle. Do I own this bottle? I know I own one of these. So this is the Whistle Pig the Boss Hog called Siren Song. Now, I did say it's a rye, and I did say it was a finished rye, heavily finished, and it is. Now, unfortunately, this is an NAS, but I do believe that Whistle Pig uses some pretty high-end whiskeys, older whiskeys in these Boss Hog releases. I still don't know what the actual age would be, so saying 12 years, that might be one of the ages in the blend. Unfortunately, we just don't know. Now, I said it was 110 proof. This is actually 106 proof. I almost went higher. I thought it was gonna be maybe even 115 proof I was gonna go to, but now the finishes on here are Greek fig nectar and Tentora barrels, which is another Greek liqueur. They kind of went heavy on the Greek theme for Siren Song, and that's really what it was. I mean, I did get a lot of honey, I got a lot of orange, and I think some of that really heavy sweetness that I was getting, being fig nectar, it totally makes sense. And apparently, if I remember correctly, the fig nectar and the Tentura liqueur were all actually crafted at Whistle Pig. I don't think they sourced anything for it. They actually made it themselves, which is kind of cool. Now, you guys know for price point, I said about 150 the max, and these are usually about $400. Sometimes even 500, and I think the latest one was 600. So these prices just keep going up and up and up. Jeff Aldis sending the absolute hitter. Thank you so much, Jeff, for sending this along. And again, happy birthday to Laura. All right, guys, well, thanks for watching day number 19 here on the Mash and Drum Advent Calendar Series. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that subscribe button below. Please hit the like button, and if you haven't yet, follow me on Instagram. Let me know down in the comments if there's a Boss Hog release that you've really enjoyed, that you've paid the money for, and let me know if you're not willing to pay the money at all for it. So let me know down in the comments, and as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share it with. Cheers, and I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Mash and Drum. Cheers, folks.